You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 566 for Sunday, the 5th of October, 2025.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jane.
Hello there, Michelle. I'm just thinking, you said it's the guide to the place where dreams begin, which we always say. You know what? When I'm looking out my window and it's wet and it's windy and the clouds are moving like goodness knows how fast, I'm quite happy to dream at the moment.
Do you know, Jane, this moment right now, I would quite happily be sat at Disney and have this weather at Disney because it's better than having this weather in England.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
No, but I did get a little bit of magic brought to me this week.
Ooh, pray tell.
So, WDW News today showcased the second plastic little trash can that you could get from the Main Street Confectionery for an additional cost if you bought some candy from
Yes. Yeah.
there. So I was incredibly eager to get that, but obviously I was 4,000 miles away. But
Yeah.
as if by Disney magic, my very good friend Sean was in the world and he was able to pick it up for me.
Oh, you love it when a plan, or not, I would say a plan comes together, but an impromptu plan comes together, maybe would be the better way to say it.
Yeah. So I have spent £21.66 on a bit of plastic tat and some M&Ms.
21 quid well spent, I think, Michelle. We all love a bit
Well,
of plastic tat. And the funny thing is, as I'm sat here recording, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm looking at the lovely Michelle in my screen, and all I can see behind her, for want of a better expression, is shelves full of, quote unquote, and Michelle said it, not me, plastic tat.
Well, actually, I have to take argument with you there, Jane.
Oh, go on,
because
go on.
the salt shakers and the pepper cans, the actual proper trash cans, they're not plastic tat. They're
True.
ceramic pottery type
They
tat.
are. They are. So you've
So,
got classy tat amongst a plastic tat.
yeah, and let me just have a look. What else have I got back there? Okay, I've got popcorn buckets too, I'll admit. Okay, some of it's plastic tat.
Yeah, it's the array of different popcorn buckets and the double shelf of Vinylmations.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to sell off my Vinylmation Mickey and Minnie's, but then I never do. I should
Well,
just melt them down and ask your Simon to make me another big mini to go with the Mickey I've
with the
got.
Mickey, yeah. Well, funny thing is, we actually do. We've had a bit of a sort out at home, and we've got a number of Vinylmations, not quite as many as the lovely Michelle has sitting behind her. However, I think we've still got two blank ones that Simon bought to do
Ooh.
something with that still need to be decorated in some shape or form. But I was going through and I'd actually found a load of the little cards that you used to get in the little box with the Vinylmation.
Yeah.
So I've not got the cards for all of them, but I've got them for like a handful of them, which was a pleasant little surprise as I'm going through my gazillion amounts of bits of paperwork. I have been quite ruthless, I have to say. I've gone through and organised all my bits and bobs of paper that I've collected from Disney over the years, and they are now in clear plastic little box files with the year that those items relate to. And I did actually decide that keeping the physical till receipts probably wasn't really necessary, and I have actually thrown those away. And I've even thrown some park maps only because I had not duplicates, not triplicates, but more than triplicates of certain ones. And I thought, come on now, Jane, let's be sensible. A couple, by all means. 5 or 6 of the same one, maybe not so much.
Yeah. I hear you, Jane. I am looking down at the floor to a very, very, very tall pile of park maps through the last 15 years of Disney trips, and that's going to 3 different places of Disney. So yeah, my head is held in shame with you as well. So yeah. Anyway, this week we're going to talk a little bit about podcasting and a little bit about Disney.
Mm.
And I suppose I want to start off by letting know a particular couple, make them aware that their Disney family are thinking about them and are
Mm.
sending their prayers. And I know this may sound a little bit cryptic to some people, and I want to keep it cryptic, to be quite honest, but those people who have reached out and said they're in need of our prayers and our thoughts and our best wishes, they've got them 100%.
Absolutely. Positive vibes winging their way.
Because we do know that at times people have their challenges in life. And the thing that I love most about being in this podcast community is that when the chips are down, people will drop everything for you. And that is one thing I am incredibly thankful and grateful for at this moment right now.
Absolutely. All I can say is ditto.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. And we've
Mhm.
got a few little bits that we're going to put together into this week's podcast, Rooney.
Mm.
And this is our second attempt at recording this said evening. I've had a little bit of a sort of a family issue. My little beautiful grandson's had a little bit of a accident in a car, and I will be jetting off very shortly to go over and make sure he's okay at the hospital. So we're going to get on with the show.
Yes, we are indeed.
So, Chef de France,
Uh-huh.
oui, oui, oui. They have now had back for a good old month now the Friday and Saturday experience, where you can have a upcharge breakfast at said restaurant. And
Mm.
the $65 charge plus
Mm.
tax and tip and gratuity gets you the following:
Go on.
a mimosa on arrival,
Okay.
charcuterie of every kind of meat and cheese typical to France. There's
Okay.
some accoutrements to go with salmon and bagels. There's breads and different spreads like chocolate spread, different jams. There's
Mm.
a smorgasbord of different pastries. There's a mini version of the France Pavilion's very famous croque monsieur, which
Mhm.
is beautiful French bread with sort of a cheesy sort of vibe and ham. There's
Mhm.
fruit. There's coffee and soda if you don't drink alcohol. There's also quiche,
Pardon?
quiche.
Oh, quiche. Right.
Yeah, mini quiches. Now, all of these foods are served cold, so there's nothing that is served warm. Towards the end of the service, as they are coming round and topping up your mimosa, it did start to look a little bit like champagne, and you are able just to say, don't bother with the orange juice. So for me, if you are a drinker, this is a good place to go get your champagne buzz on before hitting the festival over at Epcot. However,
Mm.
if you are someone with dietary requirements, you might not get your value. If you don't want to partake in the alcohol, you possibly might not get your value. But if you are a drinker who loves meat, cheese, and pastry, then you could pretty much damage Disney quite badly by possibly getting down your neck a good bottle of champagne and your body weight in carbs and protein.
Yeah, it's a funny old one, isn't it? Because obviously this is breakfast, so it depends
Mm.
on your position in the day as regards at what point you should be consuming alcohol, and whether or not a morning breakfast is the right place to be consuming lots of alcohol. I think it was something that I know that I did notice earlier on in the year that Epcot feels on occasion, especially when a festival is happening, like it's just become an excuse to go out and have one drink too many. And it perhaps isn't really what you want to see in a Disney park, but that's just my own personal viewpoint.
Yeah. My top tip is if you're going to go for this event, don't go on Mission Space or Guardians of the Galaxy straight after.
No, 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 no,
Because,
no. Not going to end well, is it?
no, because although it could be seen as a world record attempt to how many sick bags you can fill on a Disney attraction, it won't be pleasant for everybody else.
No.
And two downsides to this event, in my opinion, is if you are a couple or a quartet, you may be sharing with other people. So it's not an exclusive table
Ah,
just for you. Another disadvantage is people start queuing up in advance of the 9 a.m. opening, but they don't seem to open the door at 9 a.m. So you might not technically actually get in till quarter past, but they will be shooing you out the door at 9:30.
this is a very peculiar event then, isn't it?
Yeah. And I will also say that throughout the event, the smorgasbord is quite full and plentiful at the beginning, but as the event goes through the 90 minutes, it is sort of condensed a little bit and not everything is replenished.
Mm. It's coming across more like an eating challenge than it is an eating experience.
We all love a good eating challenge, Jane.
Yeah, I'm not sure at 9 o'clock in the morning whether my stomach could cope with that though.
Yeah. So now we're going to go a hop, skip, and a jump over to the
Hmm.
continent and go all Parisian because,
Ooh,
wow,
French theme.
the Lucky Nugget has turned into a Phantom Manor-esque eatery. And
Mm.
it looks quite spookalicious, Jane. What have you been able to find out about the theming first?
Yeah, so this is all part of Disneyland Paris's, what do they call it? The festival, the Halloween festival, whatever they're referring
Mm,
to it now this year. So this is running from the 1st of October through to the 2nd of November. The
mhm,
Lucky Nugget Saloon is turning into the Unlucky Nugget Saloon.
mm.
Rumour has it a lavish wedding reception was to be held here, but the place mysteriously fell into disrepair. With ghostly decorations and a Halloween inspired menu, there's only one question left. Dun dun dun. Dare you step inside?
Oui,
Quote,
oui, oui.
unquote. Yeah. So
It does
basically,
look good.
they've put some decorations up in it. Say from the images that they've shared, it does look rather nice. It'd be interesting to see. I've not particularly seen yet, Michelle, anybody reviewing it. I had a little bit of a scour around seeing if I could find out anything. I've seen a couple of little things about some of the food, but nothing much about the decoration side of things.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's all like a wedding reception. So
Yeah.
it's looking really cool. There's a cake, there's backdrops. I love the thing happily ever after. And we know it isn't happily ever after for some people who attend this lucky
I
soiree, if
think it
you
should be
like.
happily unever after, shouldn't it, really?
But let's just say any special event like this that is up leveling the theming and the experience, it's got to be good.
Yeah, I mean, and this is new this year for Disneyland Paris. So this is to be celebrated. The fact that it's this thing, isn't it? Over here in Europe, we don't tend to embrace the Halloween spirit quite as much as our American friends do. So it's really nice to see that we're getting something for an extended length of time, as in the month of October, rather than it just
Mm,
happening. Maybe historically, it would have just happened around Halloween its actual self. So this year at Disneyland Paris, yes, the Lucky Nugget Saloon becoming the Unlucky Nugget is new. They've got some new projections on Main Street USA, and Jack Skellington and Sally are meeting as well in Frontierland. So nice to see that DLP is getting some of that Halloween good vibes, bad vibes. Not quite sure how it should be said, but yeah. So it's nice to see a little bit of celebration coming to DLP.
absolutely 100%. Now, for those of you who have never been to Disneyland Paris, a lot of their eateries have fixed menu
Mm,
deals. And if you are wanting to eat a multi-course experience, which is very typical in the continent, particularly in France and in Spain, it can work out quite advantageous. But they have made it also a la carte as well. So if you don't want to pay for the experience of having a set meal, then you don't have to. And some of the
mm.
offerings, Jane, are very well themed.
Yeah, and I say, I mean, we've had our moans before, haven't we, about the food offerings at Disneyland Paris because they're not as extensive by any stretch of the imagination that the ones in the US parks are particularly. So it is nice to see them getting a little bit of TLC, so to speak, with regards to what they're offering. Now, I have a question, Michelle. Do you want me to do the French pronunciations, or can I just do the English, please?
English.
English, cool. Right. So their set menu is €30. So that's gonna be what, about 26, £27 UK?
Hmm.
Probably about 30 something dollars, I would imagine. Trying to do a very quick maths in my head, very poorly. This bit, so you have your main, you get a drink, a cold drink or mineral water, and you get the dessert as well. So you have a choice of haunted nuggets, so crispy chicken with cheddar cheese sauce and sweet chili sauce, served with French fries and sweet potato fries or a side salad. You get a burger of the manor, which is a pulled chicken burger, caramelized onions, black garlic sauce, Doritos, bacon, lettuce, and pepper jack cheese, served with French fries and sweet potato fries or side salad. So there seems to be this theme of serving two types of fries together. Your last option is the nuptial doom bagel. So a black bagel with beef patty, Gouda cheese, pesto, pickled red onion, black currant mayonnaise, and avocado cream sauce. Again, with your combination of fries or side salad. There's a lot of flavours going on in that one, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how that's going to turn out. I think I did see something about one. It might have been the burger saying, yeah, they just kind of coloured the bun, and that was about it. Well, wasn't overly impressed with it. Um, the dessert that you get, again, there's a choice of three. They do a tombstone sundae, vanilla flavour sundae, black popcorn and chocolate sauce or black currant sauce. I'm guessing there's a lot of colourings going on with these meals. There is a fortune teller's temptation, which is passion fruit flavored mousse, caramel insert, and sponge in a white chocolate shell with crushed almonds and caramelized hazelnuts. Does sound quite nice, that one actually. And then we've got a ghostly fruit salad, basically a fruit salad with blood orange and candy floss. They do also do a vegan or plant based menu. Basically, is a manna garden casserole, so black rice with mushrooms, soybeans, pea protein meatballs, breaded with oat flakes and pumpkin seeds, followed by a white vanilla mousse with cocoa, almond butter, blueberry, and black currant compote. And then, of course, there's
Mm.
kids' options as well. And basically, the kids are getting a choice of a Playful Spooks cheeseburger with laughing cow sauce, and mini haunted nuggets, so your chicken nuggets, again, served with this combination of fries. And you can get cherry tomatoes for the kiddie winks. They get to have either the fruit salad, the Happy Haunt sundae, or you can get like a drinking yogurt. So there's a few options there for the kids' menu. Kids' menu comes in at €16, but like Michelle said, you can get those burgers and the vegan option separate at €20 each. Interestingly, you can get the desserts separate as well, but they don't want to give me the price on those, so who knows what that price is
Mm.
going to be. They have got a some special beers and a
Ooh.
cocktail. We have a dark secrets beer, which is basically Guinness draft with a blackberry liqueur. So yeah, they've also got a pumpkin amber beer if you like your beers and you want your pumpkin spice flavour going on. We have a mocktail, a non-alcoholic, which is a macabre cocktail, which is cherry juice, cranberry nectar flavoured with lime, agave syrup, and vegetable carbon, Sprite, and popcorn. Don't know if I like the sound of that. And then we have the, I'll say it in French, the cocktail melancholic cocktail, which is black vodka, cherry juice, cranberry nectar, again with that lime, agave, and vegetable carbon, rhubarb, bitters, ginger beer, and marshmallow. That looks quite interesting. It's very, obviously using black vodka, but it's a very black looking drink. Everything's black, everything's very
Mm.
dark. So lots of different, yeah, food colourings going on there. So you have been warned. But yeah, nice to see something different, something themed coming out of Disneyland Paris for a change.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good. I personally would be wanting to try the pumpkin amber beer, but that's just me.
Mm. No,
You
that
know,
does sound interesting. Yeah, but you like your
yeah.
pumpkin spices, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I love anything like that. So it's all good in my book. So, yes. Anyway, next thing,
Mm.
moving away,
Mm-hmm.
I have seen a little bit of news
Mm-hmm.
about Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, and what is the news?
There is a notice of commencement of the installation of set elements at 149 Ascot Drive, Lake Buena Vista.
Otherwise known as Toy Story Land.
And it sounds to me that there's going to be a Toy Story snack kiosk near the Land Star Wars entrance to Galaxy's Edge.
Ah, well, haven't they been having some boards? Yeah, boards and things up around there recently. I think, haven't there? There's been lots of
Well,
yeah.
they've expanded the seatery around Woody's sort of like
Yeah.
eatery area because there wasn't enough seating
No.
there. And that's a great little spot if you like that type of food. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you want to sit down, there's obviously the barbecue roundup, which I've reviewed before on the show.
Mm.
And I do feel that the offering has been tempered down a little bit. So perhaps isn't as broad as it once was. But
Right.
if you want a little bit of theming and you eat that type of food and you like eating a lot of that type of food, it
Mm-hmm.
could be a place of good value for you. For
Yeah.
me personally, I don't get that kind of value for that kind of price.
Yeah.
But I started thinking, and my mind got a little bit ahead of me, thinking about all the Toy Story type foods we could be having from a Toy Story food kiosk.
Well, go on then. What have you come up with?
Well, in Tokyo,
Mm.
Disneyland, they
Mm.
sell little green alien mochi.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
And for those of you who are not familiar, these little mochis are cute dumplings that are pounded rice cake and filled with like a filling. There's a chocolate one, a
Mm.
custard one, and a strawberry one. They will go down an absolute bomb, I'm sure.
Mm. Something
And
different, yeah.
yeah, and then I was starting to think about, well, what food is mentioned in the Toy Story franchises that we could bring in? Well, Buzz Lightyear was eating Pringles in Toy Story 2, so maybe there could be a Toy Story flavour, maybe mashing it up with Toy Story pizza chips so that we
Ah.
don't steal the Pringles name.
Well, yeah, that's true.
In Toy Story, Slinky Dog was enjoying a soda, so maybe we could have some sort of soda themed around Slinky Dog, maybe with a dollop of ice cream in.
Or some sort of floaty thing, maybe.
Yeah. Thinking again on the savoury side, Toy Story 2 had couch potato Cheetos.
Haha.
And
Wow.
then a couple of others that I've stolen from Pixar Fest that was held in Disneyland Resort in 2024. They've had a Pixar Fest cake, which is layers of yellow, blue, and red vanilla cake with cream cheese frosting and the Pixar ball decoration.
Mm-hmm.
One for Jane. Stage Door Cafe in the past has had a "There's a snake in my funnel" cake, inspired by, of course, yeah, Toy
Yeah,
Story,
Toy
which is a
Story.
funnel cake topped with chocolate peanut butter pudding, cookie crumbles, and peanut butter dust, and a candy snake.
See, you sport it with the peanut butter for me.
Well, I know, but me and Simon will eat that.
Okay.
Lots of berry lemonade, so
I see
like
what you did
a,
there.
a strawberry flavoured lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about this? This is a Jane one. A blackberry churro, and
Ooh.
this was brought from classic Toy Story. Blackberry sugar served in a strawberry banana dipping sauce.
Ooh. Could be quite interesting.
That's what I thought.
So
But I
roughly,
don't know what they're going to actually sell. So we're just going to have to wait and see what they're going to sell.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. When they've actually had themed snacks elsewhere in the Disney world, it would seem common sense, would it not, to take some of those pre-existing things and bring them over to Hollywood Studios? Half the
Yeah,
work's done for them, isn't it?
yeah, sounds a good plan to me.
That's just women's logic, you see, Michelle. It doesn't always translate there to Disney, does it?
No, absolutely not. So, yeah, so those were a couple of things I got in the news this week. Jane, I gather you've done some port arrival times.
Yeah, I was up at silly o'clock a couple of mornings ago. Um, to be fair, I wasn't expecting to get a great port arrival time for my cruise. So my cruise is on the starts on the 3rd of November. I'm a Silver Castaway key member, so I was able to get in at 33 days beforehand. But I know from the Facebook group that I'm part of, there's an awful lot of people in that group that are a much higher Castaway key member level than I am. There's quite a lot of people who have done multiple transatlantic cruises as well before, so I was not expecting a great arrival time, to be fair. So I dutifully got up and was at my laptop at 5 a.m. in the morning. I sat there and initially I went through everything and I got a 12:15 port arrival, which I thought, "Oh, yeah, brilliant, that's fine." And then I went back in to look at it again and it automatically bumped me to 12 o'clock.
Oh,
Wasn't going to
even
moan
better.
about that. So yeah, so a 12 o'clock arrival, boarding group 13, really handy for us because our hotel is probably a 10-minute walk from the cruise terminal. So it means we can check out of there because the hotel checkout will be, I would think, 11 o'clock. May even be a bit later actually. Yeah, and not really have to be hanging around too much before we can join a queue.
Yeah, sounds a plan.
Mm.
Well, I've no trip updates for my trip because it's still over 300 days away, but I have been busily watching some Disney Wish vlogs
Mm.
and getting an idea of what kind of things I would like to do. Obviously, take advantage of the adult area and make sure that I stay to the adult area. It is a slightly different configuration
Mm.
with regards to the pool, because I'm more used to the Disney Fantasy, which has a fantastic central location of the adult area, and it's quite a larger space. I am a little concerned the Wishes isn't as big,
Mm.
but I gather there are multiple little adult areas I could go to. And to be honest, we've only got one sort of sea day. Whereas when we're in port, I'm going to be off at Lighthouse Key or Castaway Key.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, because you've only got those, that you've already got those two stops, and like you say, you've only got that one day at Sea Michelle. I don't think it'll bother you too much, but yeah, it is noticeably a different layout to the ships that you have sailed on before, and consequently, I, I think you'll be doing a lot of, oh, where's that? And compare and contrast, because I know that's exactly
Mm,
what Simon and I were doing. Don't get me wrong, the Wish is a beautiful, beautiful ship. The theming, the decoration, everything is um, top notch. And I think there's rumours abound at the moment that the Wish will be sailing out of the UK potentially 2027. I think there's rumours around on some of the Disney cruise Facebook groups. I think because there's a rumoured dry dock happening, so because they come over to Europe for the dry dock, that might tie it all in.
mm.
Um, so anybody from the UK interested might just want to keep your eyes and ears peeled for news about that. So yeah, I think it is that thing of you will naturally be doing comparisons. I think it's only natural. I think when you go on to um, any ship, I would imagine, but I think with the Disney ones and you knowing that layout of the fantasy as well as you do, I think it'll be easy for you to see the differences. And I'll look forward to seeing how you feel about those differences when you once you've experienced them all.
I must admit, I'm going to be having a cabin at the front of the ship, and the adult areas seem to be at the back of the ship. So I'll be getting my steps in.
Oh, that's what I always like about a cruise. It's amazing how many steps you can get in, especially if you
I
don't do the
know.
elevators, people. Just stick to the stairs. It's much easier and quicker. And just think of all those calories that you're burning off by going up and down those blooming stairs. It means you can have that churro waffle when it appears at breakfast time.
And to be quite honest, I love going up and down the corridors and looking at all the
Yeah.
beautiful door decorations and dropping off some absolutely gorgeous and amazing little bits of pixie dust. So I'm going to have to get myself knitting and doing some more Cinderellas. And I might have a go. This is going to be a real challenge for me. I might have a go at a Princess Leia. Seems there is a Star Wars bar on board the ship,
Ooh.
but I don't know how I feel about knitting bikinis.
It well depends which Princess Leia you go for. There are other ones you could be letting.
True, true. I think the bikini one would probably be more problematic than rather doing the sort of like white long floaty gown. So we shall see. I will give it some thought about how I can tackle this. Anyway,
Mm.
guys, we hope you've enjoyed our musing on this week's podcast. We will always be sharing our love of Disney over on Instagram at DisDreamGirls. We will have some additional content for our Patreons as always, patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls. So please check us out and consider supporting us over there, because that is what keeps our podcast free of all the adverts. And we don't really like adverts on our podcasts, do we, Jane?
No, no, you just want to hear us rabbit on. You don't want to hear somebody else rabbiting on.
Absolutely. But until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's bye from me.